Hello. Time for another video. This is the supplemental for the second stage. And my goodness gracious me, is this stage rich. I mean, I know I mentioned before this stage had a whole lot going on in it, but yeah, when I was compiling the information for this stage, it really just bowled me over with the amount of stuff here. So yeah, I'll be showing you in kind of the first part of this video the two alternate routes and other stuff inside the castle and just outside it. The thing we just grabbed is one of those 007 bonuses. I believe I may not have mentioned them yet. I shall mention them now. When you complete a stage and get gold, you're here. You get 007 tokens added to the level. Those are worth more points, and they give you a chance to get the highly coveted Platinum Award. But you really have to put in a lot of effort to grab Platinum. I mean, I will get shot to ribbons, but I will also, in just a sec, pause the game and show you the target list on the right. Now, to get Platinum, you basically have to hit all of those targets simultaneously, and I've already failed several of them, because you can't take any damage or miss any shots, really, if you want to get the million points you need per stage to get the Platinum. But you see also that you need to get 7 007 bonuses and do the stage in under 9 minutes. So these are really strict guidelines, so don't expect me to get any of those, but I will show you where some of these 007 bonuses are, because they're hidden in nice places. But first, secret entrances. I actually found another secret entrance when I was going through and checking a couple of things. Well, it's actually the same secret entrance, but it's another way to get to it. I'll show you the way I get to it first, which is down here, and then I'll show you the other way I found. Oh, have we been found, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and charms, and those who don't identify with a particular gender dichotomy? No, we haven't. Yeah, you can't die in the cutscene. Bond has sidling mechanics, but as you can probably guess, they're not used that much. If you remember in the previous video, we were running along razor-thin railings. This is an important thing. Pay attention to it. It'll be relevant later. Yes, running along razor-thin railings, so he really doesn't need to sidle when you can sprint at full kilter along one of those. But yeah, this is the alternate route. You sink round the side of the castle and come round the back, as the actress said to the bishop. Oh, I'm getting crude. I promised myself that I shouldn't get crude with this channel, so I shall chastise myself for that, in an entirely non-crude or kinky way. There's a search targety thing there. I want to show you a nice neat trick. We could shoot it with our sniper, but we only have 3 sniper bullets, so we might want to save a few of those by shooting it with a different weapon. We've lined up our shot here, so we're pointing exactly at target, and if we change to another gun, our aim doesn't shift at all. So if we grab something nice and accurate, like this, in its single shot targeted mode, we can pull the trigger. You see the little white dot's gone out. That's cause we shut out the search camera. And since we're in camera mode, just check out that high detail, high res background we got there. Oh man, look, beautiful. I shouldn't poke. This is PlayStation 2. It's not bad for PlayStation 2, but I'm the video maker, so I have to point out these things whether I like it or not. Another slightly not used much mechanic. Grapple, hand over hand. Something I could never really do. School in the old gym setup. Didn't really have the physical upper arm strength. More of a leg man. Used to do cross country. Really should get back into that sort of thing. I'm all a bit out of shape. I should now pick up that old art. Quite fun. Yes, this bit, sidling. We have to get past these windows without the guards spotting us. It's very tricky. I shan't promise I shall succeed at it, because it's not always clear where they're looking. Hence why I'm being cautious and not moving here. I want to make absolutely sure that I'm not going to get spotted. So I'm trying to just re-familiarise myself with how the guards move. I know there's 2 of them back there. Maybe if I go now. Yeah, okay. Right. There are 3 windows to get by. I think we may have done it. Wait for him to turn around and then... Oh. Yeah! And we got a 007 bonus. If you set off the alarm, incidentally, by getting spotted, a whole bunch of nefarious chappies pop out from round here and shoot you to ribbons. So it's a bit of a dangerous and risky back route. It's quite an advanced option. Don't necessarily know if it's better, though, because well, you'll see where it plonks out. It's much longer, but it plonks you much further into the castle. But I don't know. Yes, grapple. That's what the hook thing was. We have a little grapple point where you can choom over there. I don't think it can see you. Yes, you have a grapple phone. I don't have one of these modern smartphone-y things, so the nearest I have looks quite like what Bond has in his hand here. A classic 2002 job. Still, I'm not really... I don't miss not having a smartphone-y thing, I have to say. Bit of a tech Luddite, unashamedly. Well, partially shamedly. I feel a bit out of step, but I don't necessarily feel uncomfortable with being slightly old-fashioned in my mannerisms and objects, as you may have noticed. But yes, you will see that we've been plonked right here, just meters away from where we need to get to. We just need to go down there and round the corner, and then we're basically end of this section. Hardly worth loading. Another one of these 007 tokens, though. Bonus. Oh dear, have I set up a nomenclature that is contrary to what the game has stipulated? Oh, how very remiss of me.
Ich hab was gehört.
Ah yes.
Lichter an.
Searchlight it. You have to be a bit careful around here if you haven't taken the route that disables the lights or bypasses them. If you do this way, we're out of sniper. You sort of have to shoot them out without getting spotted. Which is awkward because there's one right up there. And if you stumble out the doorway, not realising it's going to be a problem, you can get spotted. I think I nearly did get spotted there, but I didn't. So another reason why I don't necessarily know if it's a better route to take the complicated round the castle way. But it's an interesting route. And it makes use, as I say, of some slightly underused sneaking around mechanics. A bit like, do you remember Wind Waker, those who played it, that you could sidle around in that? I never remember that being very heavily used, that sidle setup. But one thing I wanted to show you, incidentally, that I found just recently while poking around, is there's a little tower bit up there. And when I was doing a little bit of some test, I thought it might be possible to get up there, because you see it's quite well textured. That kind of thing usually indicates that you can get somewhere. I mean, if you compare the texturing on that, so I'll do that again, with the texturing on that mountainside, where it was all a complete blur, kind of makes it seem as if you're meant to get up there. But try as I might, I can't find a way. So my theory is that at some point in this level's creation, you were meant to be able to get up there, but for whatever reason, they decided to block it off. Which kind of makes sense. I don't see really what it would add. I mean, it looks down on a couple of places, would be a way to eliminate a few foes, but wouldn't make the level design as tight in this place. So that's my theory. Feel free to criticise and whatnot, but I stand by it. Doing the modern music, waving the lighty thing in the air. Yes, that's this route. I shan't go into the party. I'll cut the video here and show you the other route that you can take in the outside. In the outside? That'll make perfect sense. In the outside I shall show you the other route, and then I will show you the one that I really just discovered, which is really complicated, but kind of blew my mind, man, when I saw it. So I shall cut the video, he says for the third time, and see you outside.
We're outside and I can see you.
Yeah, the other route, you may have possibly already twigged, is to get inside the lorry. Lorry? Van? Truck? Nah, 6 of one, half dozen the other. Whoop. Boom. Yeah, you just do this. Crouch, I think, and yeah, I can put the control down for a minute or two, because there's nothing you need to do apart from sit here. And then you get taken into the castle. Just stretching and pouring myself another snifter of brandy while I roll my cigar and look over the affairs of state in my churchill voice for some reason. Oh, I'm full of beans tonight. Yes, I'm recording this in the wee hours of the morn, so despite what it might look like outside where you are, this is all shadowy, nefarious night business. Incidentally, I'll put you out of your misery. The pistol is gold because it was actually that pistol that got upgraded last time. So we now have a gold version of that pistol that does double damage. We can actually get further pistol upgrades, which I much prefer than just more damage, because they give it some nice, neat functions. But it's not bad. It means we can skirmish with it a bit better. Yeah, we get a bonus thing, and in a sec it's going to fade out and take us to the next point, the little squiggle of incidental music. I haven't really commented on the soundtrack in this game, and I kind of don't really want to, because there's not much to say. It sort of articulates the moments and emphasises what fits, but that's about it. It's got little twists of Bond themes in it, but I mean, I don't know if there's really much to say on the point. It works, but it's not necessarily memorable tunes. And we're in here. No cover for you! There's another thing I just discovered when I was doing some test runs, is that you can knock over these little piles and barrels. Just another little minor touch that they really didn't need to add, but they did, and the game's better for it. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Lots of goodies here, and another one of those Bond tokens. I haven't done the sums as to whether it's possible to get all of the Bond tokens in this level in a single run, because of course you've got to take different routes for things, and I think some are mutually exclusive. Talking of which, me having fun and shooting this guy and not instantly failing are mutually exclusive, so I shall curb mine, or perhaps Bond's murderous urges, and let him live. I'm paying inordinate attention to some piles of boxes, for reasons I don't know. Maybe if I stare at them for long enough, they will become an important thing. Maybe they will be a meme! Piles of boxes! Exclamation mark in bad spelling. Oh, I really don't know what I'm saying at this point. Oh, I'm a silly Billy, aren't I? Yes, I'll show you the other way through the castle, because I did promise that. And it is a more... Again, to got to compare the route... Yeah, that's that tower again. The tower looms over us all. To compare these different routes, again... I don't know, I think the route I took was the best, but this one does cause the chap to fall into the pond.
I'd give that dive a 3, actually.
Yeah, Bond doesn't quip very often, but he quipped there. And I shall try, of course, to show you as many Bond quips and sadistic japes as possible. I still don't quite understand why Bond is portrayed as a good or at least neutral guy in the films, and well, as people seem to perceive him. As far as I can tell, he's pretty heavily into the lawful evil end of the old D&D spectrum. I don't know if you agree with me, but he seems very, very ruthless in pretty much every portrayal. But I never feel like the film or whatever really explores that point. Yes, I open the boxy thing with the blurred label that reads to cut this green wire with my magic laser. Doing this disables the searchlights. If I do this, it'll set off the alarm. So I shan't do it. Another cool thing I found, I can walk into walls. Another cool thing I found is this map. Now, as far as I can decipher, this is an actual proper map of the level, which is really neat, because it's a map on the level. It's a thing that you just spot, and it's on the wall, and it's cool, and details in the environment. I really like it. It's the kind of thing you get in something like Bioshock, or Bioshock 2, which had its kind of train map on the wall, which showed you all the levels in advance. It's the same kind of thing, really nice touch. And if you compare with other games and whatnot, where the sort of maps and writings on the wall are just scribbles, intelligible scribbles, then yeah, it's a nice touch to make the level feel a bit more alive. Yeah. You're not going to notice your dead friend? Yeah. Oop. Yep. Have I mentioned how well this game controls? I should. It controls well. Moving on. Okay, I'll give a bit more than that. My experiences of the manual aim things, it's not like GoldenEye. When I do this, it just nudges it slightly, or with this. It's not the sort of thing where you have a kind of reticule always returning to the centre and you can lean things out. So it's the slow, precision-y aim setup, not quite the quick-fire shooting that you got in GoldenEye, which obviously is as a gamer I must continually compare all first-person shooters to, for I am a video gamer person on the video place who makes videos, and so I can only do 3 things with my commentary, which is compare with GoldenEye, compare with Call of Duty, and okay, maybe I can only do 2 things. Apparently I can't remember the 3rd thing. I'm sure it was going to be terribly amusing, but no. I'm obviously not good enough to make tricolon jokes. Yeah, so this is all up here. You saw we disabled the old searchlights in my Winston Churchill voice once again. We fought them on the balconies. And, yes, I probably just cut this here, actually, because you don't really need to see me whittle... No, you do need to see me whittle around there for the 3rd time, because I've mentioned that these are exploding barrels. Guess what happens when we shoot them? We explode. And also, did I mention fall damage? Oh, I didn't take any there. Pity. But I've more exploding barrels. Yeah. Why they have big barrels of oil just sitting around there? The eternal mysteries of level design. But yeah, that's all the... No, that isn't. Hold ye words, Benedict, for you have promised a 3rd route, and I shall show you the 3rd route bit. So, again, back to the castle for the 3rd time. I shall teleport you there with my video magics. I'm afraid my video magics broke, so I just had to use ordinary magics instead. I hope you don't mind too much. Yes, this 3rd route. It came to me when I was watching over the footage, again, of the first 2 vids for Alpine. And I watched that little cutscene at the start with that top-down view I mentioned, and I saw how it had this route that you can see here, moving off sort of to the left of the screen, it was. And I saw also there seemed to be some kind of complicated route moving around to the right, which I never remembered seeing. So I had a bit of a nosy around, and you remember how I jumped up on here to get into the truck? Well, I found that you could also go from here, along the crenellations, and onto this little snow cliff bit here. And if you do that, you can actually go down this sort of hidden pathway onto this snowy bit here, which I assumed would be some kind of instant death drop. But no, this is solid ground. And down here, there is one of these 007 tokens, plus, if I rummage around, yeah, suit of armour, hidden in the snow. It'd be nice if this was actual, you know, medieval suits of armour rather than Kevlar things. That'd be amusing. You go in multiplayer and someone goes from being bikini-clad female to just Iron Maiden, full plate male. Yeah, it takes you down to here, and you remember me mentioning that grapple thing earlier? Well, that was double foreshadowing, because that grapple thing specifically, we can grapple onto if we position ourselves correctly. Try not to fall off the cliff. And yeah, it's gone green. Up we go! And that'll take us back round again. Yeah, I'll go trip the alarm this time. I'll go get us shot to death. Yes. Where was I? I was going to talk about the grapple thing. I think I'll do that. The grapple gadget, I quite like. It's another one of these very situational gadgets where there's a few opportunities for you to really make your own, usage of it. It's not like the camera where you can find new situations to fiddle around with that one. It'd be useful to scope out. Here, you're limited to whatever grapple points the game provides you. However, I like it because it opens up the environments. It connects things in different ways, and it makes you reevaluate space slightly when it's being implemented, which I like. And the place where it's implemented best is actually in multiplayer. Yeah, it's one of the only gadgets that's featured in multiplayer, and one of the only ones that's really supported properly, in my view. And it's quite nice. There are some really good uses of it in multiplayer. Again, the much touted multiplayer videos will happen. What my plan is to do all of the single player first, and then do multiplayer. On the basis that I think it'd be better to do it this way to familiarise you with stuff. Let's get ourselves killed by fall damage. I've tried jumping down there before without guards and whatnot, just to see if it's possible to land there without dying, and it isn't. I'm sure there's some kind of instant death flaw there that just bumps you off. But yeah, I'll do all the single player videos first and then give you the multiplayer. I think that's probably the best way of doing it, just so everything is kind of spoiled and shown, and you get the full continuous unbroken narrative of the single player with its story arc, and then we can move on to multiplayer. The two do mesh together, but I think it's best to keep them separate for clarity's sake. So yeah, that's all the different routes that I found outside the castle. Who knows if there's a fourth one, but I mean, it's such a beautifully rich section of gameplay, those first 2 bits of this stage. Really, really lovely. So now I will show you the stuff for the second half, which kind of maps onto the second vid I did. There aren't so many alternate routes here, but we'll see if there's any goodies I can show to you. So I'll cut this little video here, and then I'll show you in just a sec.